The waves of darkness never brought the light of the lantern. The promised land was always the broken promise of the sea. Young marriages of just 13, living under the halo of the lanterns and limited electricity. We lived under an endless sky, where walls never contained our cries. For our homes in our homeland were as free as the butterflies that fluttered their wings amongst the wind. Our homes were the sky, they were the sea, they were everything that represented a land that was free. Our motherland was the heart of me, and here we were, in a land that's dark and empty, craving the warmth of the lanterns. Even a flicker of candlelight would have warmed the waves of the darkness that had us craving the rays of the sunlight, missing the morning sunrise, missing the sweet fragrance of home, stuck in between the cement and the stones of these brick walls that separate us from our sky, from our sea, from the loving arms of our home country. Living in the dreamland wasn't what we thought it would be. We missed the heat that painted our faces every morning. We missed the open streets, the landscape, the disappointment of darkness that began to suffocate our hearts when we remembered the light of the lanterns, the home of our motherland, the home of our hearts, that we had to migrate. Our bodies left, but our souls never did depart. Even the soles of our feet left a piece of us there, embedded into the soil, weaved into the grass. Our eyes still part of the window pane and the clear-cut glass. Our memories are still alive in every golden lantern lit, in every flicker of the flame. Oh, those days, the old days, that the darkness overcame.
Looking through old pictures brought back such happy and lovely memories of playing with siblings and friends and how it was so carefree in those days. Happy days of beautiful memories. There weren't many worries about anything. The scarf, oh, the beautiful scarf, reminded me of my lovely school days, enjoying different subjects and playing games, hockey, tennis, rounders, games that kept us all together, smiling and happy no matter what the weather. In the holidays, visiting friends in the home, meeting each other's families, celebrating happy occasions like Eid, birthdays, game days in school, and dressing up and eating food. I'm so grateful to Allah that I have had a very good and enjoyable childhood, mashallah.
Empowerment to me is about recognizing my worth and having the confidence to take a control of my own life. This strength is deeply rooted in my faith Islam, which affirms the value of woman and also uphold our rights and dignity. Islam inspires me to embrace who I am, stand firm in my beliefs, and live life with the purpose and confidence.
Home is where love is, where happiness lives, where peace is. Home is childhood memories, where families live. Memories remain sweet and warm, like the rainbow after the storm. Home is our parents, within them is our strength. Home is length of ocean. We are the grains of sand, missing our sea. Home was the heaven before marriage. No isolation, no loneliness, no path of darkness. Home is our mother's arm. Every storm she calms with her loving heart and protection from harm. Home is the smallest of things that only happiness can bring. When you see your children coming home from school in a world where life can be cruel, home is happiness, home is family, home is our mother's arm.
Dear Mom, my heart still holds your gentle face, memories I cannot replace, warmth and love you always shared. In your arms, I knew you cared. I miss your voice, your soft embrace, your calming presence, your gentle grace. Every room now feels so still. Without you here, there's space to fill. Your laughter echoes in my heart, though we are now a world apart. Mother, love forever true, my home was always found in you.
मैं माँ के मतलब आपसे बात कर रही हूँ। मौत की आगोश में जब थक के सो जाती है माँ, तब कहीं जाकर थोड़ा सुकून पाती है माँ। मौत की आगोश में भी कब सुकून पाती है माँ, जब परेशानी में हूँ बच्चे तड़प जाती है माँ। जाते जाते फिर गले बच्चे से मिलने के लिए तोड़ कर बंद कफन बाहों को फुलाती है माँ। रूह के रिश्तों की ये गहराइयाँ तो देखिए, चोट लगती है हमारे और चिल्लाती है माँ। भूखा सोने ही नहीं देती बच्चों को कभी, जाने किस किस से कहाँ कहाँ से मांग कर लाती है माँ। हड्डियों का रस पिलाकर अपने दिल के चैन को कितनी ही रातों को खाली पेट सो जाती है माँ। जब खिलौने को मचलता है कोई गुर्बत का फूल, आंसुओं के सांस पर बच्चे को बुलाती है माँ। मार देती है तमाचा अगर कभी जज्बात में, चूमती है लब कभी रुखसार सुलाती है माँ। कब ज़रूरत हो मेरी बच्चे को इतना सोचकर जागती रहती है ममता और सो जाती है माँ। घर से जब प्रदेश को जाता है गोदी का पला, हाथ में कुरान लिए आंगन में आ जाती है माँ। दे के बच्चे को ज़मानत में रज़ाए पाक की, सामना जब तक रहे हाथों को लहराती है माँ। लौट कर वापस सफ़र से जब भी घर आते हैं हम, डाल कर बाहें गले में सर को सुलाती है माँ। ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे आगे फिरदौस में खींच कर बाहों में जब सीने से लिपटाती है माँ। देर हो जाती है घर आने में अक्सर जब हमें, रेत पे मछली हो जैसे ऐसे घबराती है माँ। मरते दम तक बच्चे न आए घर अगर परदेश से, अपनी दोनों आंखें चौखट पे रख जाती है माँ।
Mother or Ma, as I called you, one in a million you were. I remember your smiling face, the light, the kindness, your grace. I can't forget your appetizing food. I wish I could be as good. When I was sad, you comforted me. You listened and gave me advice. When I was happy, your face gleamed with happiness. You fulfilled my needs. Whatever I asked for, you were there for me all my life. As a child, as a teenager, and when I got married, and when I had my children. Now I'm getting older, I miss you. I miss you so, so much. I miss you. I wish I could see you in my dreams.
When I was 8 years old, I stayed with my grandmother in my grandmother's house. My grandmother would take me everywhere with her. The love from my grandmother was as warm as the summer rays of golden silk that light up the sky. Her love was precious and made me feel precious and special. I loved as a child, played with marbles around crystal clear marbles, with beautiful colored swirls encased within them. I would play with my friends in the streets. I also to make clay birds and dry them in the blazing sun, where I would await for them to dry patiently so I would play with them. I would sleep at my grandmother's house, and before bedtime she would read stories that would ease me into my sleep. I have beautiful happy memories with my grandmother.
मेरी माँ। माँ के लिए क्या कहूँ, दुनिया का सबसे खूबसूरत रिश्ता माँ का है। मेरा रिश्ता मेरी माँ से एक दोस्त जैसा था। बचपन से लेकर जवान होने तक माँ ने नाज नखरे उठाए, ज़िंदगी से लड़ना सिखाया, लेकिन ये सिखाना भूल गई कि जब वो नहीं होगी तो हम कैसे रहेंगे। ये बात सच है, औलाद चाहे बूढ़ी भी हो जाए, ज़िंदगी के हर मोड़ पर उन्हें माँ की ज़रूरत महसूस होती है, और जिनकी माएँ चली जाएं, उनकी आधी दुनिया ख़त्म हो जाती है। मेरी माँ एक साबर और बहुत आला अखलाक की मालक खातून थी। आज भी लोग उनके अखलाक की तारीफ़ करते हैं। उन्होंने हमें बहुत लाड प्यार से पाला, अपनी सारी ज़िंदगी हम पर नछावर कर दी, और जब हमें उनके लिए कुछ करने का वक़्त आया तो वो हमें छोड़ कर चली गई। बस ये ज़िंदगी का बहुत बड़ा दुख है। जिस्म तो होता है पर जान नहीं होती, उनसे पूछो जिनकी माँ नहीं होती। मुमकिन होता अगर किसी को उम्र लगाना, मैं अपनी हर सांस अपनी माँ के नाम करती। काश आप उन आखिरी लम्हात में कुछ ऐसा बोल जाते जो आपके अल्फाज मेरी नस नस में बस जाते। माँ।
Dear girl, you are alive. Do you see that light? Do you feel it? Does the air from here feel different than the comfort of your mother's womb? Dear girl, I know sometimes we are born into this world too soon, and sometimes we are loved, and sometimes we are kept hidden. But dear girl, never forget you are a blessing that God has given, a blessing to this world, to this earth. Always know your worth, for you were born to do great things, not just be something. You were born to live beyond your ambitions and dreams, to dance in the thunderstorms and become the queens of queens. But dear girl, you have to believe that you are worthy of the dreams you dream. Live, dear girl. live.
Allah has created this world in such a way that not only do we experience moments of comfort and joy, but also difficulties and hardships. Everything that happens, whether good or bad, is by Allah's will. In life, you have to make decisions, choices, and be strong to solve any problems which occur. I had to make such decisions and be strong and move forward. First was when my sister and I had to leave Kenya, Nairobi, to come to UK with my grandfather because of the troubles there. It was very sad and hard thing to leave the parents and other siblings, but we had to be strong and come here to settle. Second was when, after 4 years of marriage, my husband was diagnosed with a skin problem and had to be taken to another town for treatment for 6 months. I had to be strong and had to take care of my 4-month-old daughter, visit him every weekend, and look after the house. But Allah gave me strength to cope, and also I'm thankful to my family who supported me. After I had to be very, very strong, focused, and make decisions and choices about how to continue with our lives, because he was unable to work full-time. So I had to seek work. I started working first as a volunteer in the education sector, and then got a paid job with lots of hard work and training and doing relevant courses. And with Allah's help, I got a full-time job as a lecturer in the college. So I was able to provide for my family, educate my children, and get them married. Now I am retired and happy to spend time with my grandchildren, come to socialize at the center and learn new things. Life is a journey. There always will be ups and downs. Enjoy the good and learn from the bad. Turn to Allah for guidance and help. And now had that. Ameen.
मेरी जान सुबान, बिछड़ा कुछ अदा से के रुत ही बदल गई। एक शख्स सारे शहर को वीरान कर गया। तुम फिर ना आ सकोगे, बताना तो था मुझे। तुम दूर जाके बस के, मैं ढूंढती फिरी, कोई गम तेरी जुदाई से बड़ा नहीं। हर खुशी हमारी अधूरी तेरे बिना, उदास करके चल दिया कहाँ। बहुत दिनों से देखा नहीं तुझे, हर तरफ तेरी मुस्कुराहट के दिए जलते थे, हर सू अंधेरा करके तू चल दिया कहाँ। दिलों में छोड़कर यादों का हजूम, साथ ले गया खुशियाँ कहाँ। शाम डले लगता है अभी लौट आएगा, गले में बाहें डालकर पूछेगा कैसी हो दादी अम्मा। हर रात तेरा सेहरा सजाती हूँ मैं, ख्वाबों में तुझे दूल्हा बनाती हूँ मैं। बस यही इल्तिजा है इलाही, जन्नतुल फिरदौस में मेरे ज़ुबान को महाल अता फरमाए। आमीन सुम्मा आमीन।
At a 13-year-old child, happiness turned to anger, to misunderstanding. Your parents now tell you you are engaged. I didn't understand the face what was going on. Getting me engaged at 13 was just completely wrong. At 18, they says, your husband and relative are on their way. They are coming. I couldn't say no. I felt nothing. I didn't want to leave my parents. I didn't want to go. I wanted to achieve an education. They didn't allow me to. So I say to a younger generation, educate yourself and learn the skills. Don't be afraid to say no or speak out. It's your future, no one else. Don't live with regret because of fear. Your future matters. Your future matters.
Six years I've been fighting a silent illness. The illness is spinal cord cancer that is trying to take my life. But I fight for this right to live. After 15 years into my marriage, I waited for my children, not been able to bear children before then. Now I have the blessings of life, my children. The illness is trying to take me away. I was scared, but I am still fighting, thinking of my children's future. They need me. I can't leave them. My life is theirs.
When my head fills with worry, I think of how strong my friends are, each one a warrior in their own right, in her own way. When I worry about my health, I think of one who holds fear in a fist and joy in her hands. When I worry about my strength, I think of one who has picked herself up and started over and never looked back, and never apologized to anyone but yourself. When I worry and think if I can endure the test, I think of how each one slays demons, the hero of her own story. They prove there is triumph over despair, love despite pain. They are strong, and so am I.
You were born into a universe of love, wrapped in the gentleness of your mother's touch, guarded by your father's light. Love is all you knew, and one day marriage would be the gateway to heaven, a long journey for many. Leaving alone, leaving behind your mother's smile, your father's warm embrace, your brother's jokes, your sister's voice that soothed everything. You would leave you behind too, and step over the sunrise, maybe into a ray of light or a cave of darkness. Marriage wasn't all that they were taught to believe. For some it was a blessing, for others a tornado, a nightmare of dreams. Marriage was not always the sunrise it seemed, and for many did their hearts bleed. Yet the suffering and pain didn't stop the journey of our queens. They fought back the suffering that was forced upon their dreams. And some walked Ben Nevis and inspired other women to take the lead. And others allowed their trauma to heal. No longer younger women of just 15. For these women are the sunrise. They are the flames of the light. The warrioresses of hope, of empowerment, of the struggles they fought to cope. To ease, to bring their soul peace, through Allah's will and guidance. They survive through the hardship and violence. They never give up, they continue to shine. For our queens fought for their dreams. They are survivors.